I'm Jennifer Angel. This is my horoscope planetary overview report for the week of April the 4th. Okay, so we've got a new moon this week. It's going to be in the sign of Aries, and it's midweek. There's quite a lot happening at midweek, and actually we have two planetary moves. Mercury is going to move from Aries into the next sign, Taurus, and Venus is going to make a move from Pisces into the next sign, Aries. So things are moving around. Now, of course, Mercury in Taurus, it really lets us think a little deeper about things, particularly as we had quite a few aspects last week with Mercury being the planet of communication and commerce. Great for media too, and just getting yourself out there in front of the people that you need to. And also good for short distance travel and siblings. So it covers quite a lot of area. I always think of it mainly as communication media, but does bring in those other areas as well. So with Mercury moving to a Taurus, and Taurus being a little more deliberate than Aries, or a lot more deliberate than Aries in their actions and their thinking process. I like this. It sort of, just pulls us back a little bit to be able to think about things through. Excuse me. Now, last week we did have a square with Mercury and Pluto. This week we have a square with the Sun and Pluto. So whatever went on last week in your chart there, then it's, likely to be continuing, but at least coming to a conclusion. And certainly with that new moon in Aries, that's an indication that you can start afresh as well. So, sometimes we have to close things off and, clear the space to invite, other things into our life. So that I can certainly see is possible this week. Now, with, excuse me, with Venus moving into Aries, this brings romance and somewhat passion too. You want to be careful that the way you talk to someone, because Venus can be a very sensitive energy. Aries is impulsive and quick, and generally Aries will say what's on their mind without sort of thinking it through too much, because they're in a hurry, they're direct, and in the process of doing that, sometimes you can be a little bit brutal, or the Aries energy can be a little bit brutal, not that they mean to. And they quickly forget, leaving the other person sort of still feeling emotional. So you want to be a little careful of that. But on the other hand, the Aries energy is very passionate as well. So you put mix that passionate energy with the romantic energy of Venus, and that can work very nicely. And there is a possessiveness about Venus as well. So, depending on where that's going to be in your chart, we'll have a look at that in a minute. All right, what else is happening? And right at the end of the week, we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus. Now, last week we did have Mercury conjunct Uranus, so it's like whatever came together there in that sense can now, you can dot the I's, cross the T's, and sign it, seal it, deliver it, all that. So, that's very, very nice too. So it's quite a progressive week. I like it, particularly following up last week, seeing that there were opportunities to have discussions and deal with things. And this week it seems like there's opportunities to finalize what started last week, or certainly through March with the eclipses, and bring them to conclusion, to close some doors and open new doors. So we like that. All right, I'll go ahead and do the individual reports now. I'm Jennifer Angels. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.